Hi, Laurie Cardoza Moore with Proclaiming Justice to the Nations, and I wanted to alert you to a very important webinar coming up this week that I wanted to bring to your attention and encourage you, your family, and your friends to participate in. I will be interviewing Alex Newman, who is the author of The Crimes of the Educators. This is a very important book that goes into detail about the involvement of education and how our children have been indoctrinated with propaganda and disinformation in our public school system. Alex is going to be with us. We're going to talk about all of these issues. You know, people are looking at the chaos that is unfolding in our country. And for 8 years, PJTN, I have been sounding the alarm when we first found that one textbook in Williamson County, Tennessee, that had an anti-Semitic statement in it. Not only did we find anti-Semitic statements, we found anti-Israel statements, anti-American, anti-Judeo-Christian, and unconstitutional pro-Islamic content, reinforcing the religion of Islam to our children. And I was saying back then, based on all of the information that we found, that if we do not get a handle on our children's education on the local level, our children will not support this country. They will not support this Constitution. And look at what we see happening in our streets. The other night, I heard that there was in Philadelphia, there was a monument to a huge civil rights leader, and the monument was defaced by these young people. This is a clear example of how our children are not being taught an accurate perspective of our history. They don't even know who fought to preserve their rights, their civil rights, and who didn't. We know that the Lincoln memorials, there have been monuments to Abraham Lincoln, are being desecrated. So this is such an important issue, ladies and gentlemen. You have heard me say over and over, we have got to take back local control of our children's education. November is looming large. There are races all over this country on the local level, school board members, county commissioners, city aldermen. We look at the chaos going on with the police officers who are being hamstrung. They can't even arrest the civil disobedience, these people that are creating civil disobedience, these people that are able to destroy public property, unchallenged, as the policemen in our communities stand back. Why? Because of leadership, ladies and gentlemen. Because of the elected officials that we voted for and put in office. And ladies and gentlemen, if there was ever a time to find out who your city alderman is, your county commissioner, your mayor, and even more importantly, the people who hold the key to our future and the future of this constitutional republic, our school board members. So ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you, you must tune in this Thursday night, June 18th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, we're going to hear from Alex Newman. He is the author of Crimes of the Educators. You need to hear what has been going on. And until we are educated and we are informed, we cannot take action, adequately take action, to take back local control of our communities. You remember in Williamson County, there were 6 school board members, those of you who have heard me tell the story, when we tried to get rid of that textbook that had that anti-Semitic quote, and we had standing room only, we mobilized the community to attend the school board meeting where they were going to vote to approve the textbook, keep it, or remove it. And we got up and we told our school board members, this is an election year, and it was an election year, that if they do not remove this textbook from our children's schools, we will remove them from office. And guess what? They voted to keep the book. We went to work. And within 4 months, as a community, as a citizen, a tax-paying citizen with children in the community, we went to work and we removed all 6 school board members who were up for re-election. Ladies and gentlemen, We can do that again. It's the Nehemiah principle. Many of you have heard me tell this story of how Cyrus allowed Ezra and Nehemiah to go back and rebuild the walls of Jerusalem. And when he went back, he assessed the damage. And he went to the leaders of districts in front of sections of the wall. And he went to people who lived in front of other sections of the wall. And he convinced everybody to rebuild their walls. Not only did they rebuild in record time, but through the process, it was a battle. The people that were rebuilding the wall had to have a sword in one hand as they laid bricks with the other. But again, they were able to rebuild in record time. We don't have time, ladies and gentlemen. We are losing our country. This is not whether we get involved or we don't get involved. We have no choice. We are Americans and we are patriots. And if we're going to leave anything for our children, then we need to get engaged in this battle now. The one thing that we have that the leftists do not have is the people. They may have the money. They may have the young people, but there are more people like us. They can't defeat us. And that's why we have to engage in this battle. So I want to thank you for taking time to watch this email. Again, there are places where you can share this, send this email, forward it to your friends, your email list, share it on Twitter, and like it and share it on Facebook. We need to get the word out, and we need all hands on deck. So I hope you'll help me in pushing this message out and getting people to join Alex, Newman, and I this Thursday night, June 18th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. If you are interested, all you have to do is shoot me an email. Send it to info@pjtn.org and let me know that you want the link so that you can participate in this very important meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I want to thank you all so much for all you do on behalf of our Jewish brethren and for the state of Israel.